Armies around the world are rendered unblinking, breathless, and almost oblivious to reality when a super rare moment occurs unexpectedly. When Taehyung V of BTS was doing a live broadcast with a relaxed and warm atmosphere, Jungkook suddenly appeared and immediately hugged Taehyung from behind. No scripts, no reminders, no gimmicks. Purely spontaneous. And from that moment on, the official social media timeline collapsed. An ordinary live that turned into a historic moment. Taehyung's live broadcast initially went on as usual. He seemed relaxed, spoke softly to ARMY, occasionally smiled a little, and responded to comments in his trademark warm style. There are no signs that something big will happen. Even many ARMY thought this was just a short live to greet fans. But everything changes in a matter of seconds. In the middle of Taehyung's chat, who was focusing on reading the comments, suddenly a hand was wrapped around his shoulder, followed by a tight hug from behind. Taehyung looked surprised, his eyes widening for a moment before finally smiling broadly. That figure was nobody, it was Jungkook. Taehyung's reaction: surprise, smile, and comfort. Taehyung's reaction became one of the most talked about parts. No panic, no rejection. All there was a sweet surprise and a smile that looked very sincere. Taehyung even had a small laugh, his body leaning slightly towards Jungkook, as if the hug was the most natural thing in the world. The body language of both speaks louder than words. Taehyung doesn't stay away. Jungkook hugged calmly, not excessively. No awkwardness. For the ARMY, this is not just a hug. This is proof of real closeness that is not made up. Jungkook came without warning. What makes this moment even more special is its unplanning. Jungkook didn't announce his presence, didn't greet the camera first, and didn't try to steal the show. He just came and hugged Taehyung. Many fans viewed Jungkook's actions as a show of affection, comfort, and trust. The hug looks like a personal habit that usually happens behind the scenes, but this time, ARMY was lucky to witness it in person. ARMY: we are not ready. ARMY's reaction in the live commentary column is arguably controlled chaos. Thousands of comments popping up in seconds. This is real? The clock is ticking. Hugs are real, not acting. Please, my heart. It didn't take long. The live video piece immediately spread to Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and the global fandom community. Hashtags related to Jungkook and Taehyung immediately skyrocketed and became trending in various countries. Why is it called a super rare moment? BTS are known to be very close to each other, but spontaneous interactions like this in private live broadcasts are rare. Moreover, Jungkook is not currently scheduled to live. Taehyung doesn't seem to know Jungkook is coming. Hugs happen without words, without context. Precisely because of its simplicity, this moment feels very real and emotional. Chemistry that never goes away. Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship has long been known as one of the hottest dynamics in BTS. From trainee times to now, the two have often shown support for each other, whether through jokes, gazes, or meaningful moments of silence. This hug seemed to be a strong reminder that even though time passes, schedules are busy, and the world changes, their bond remains the same. No need for big words. Just one hug. Not fan service, but comfort. Many ARMY confirms one thing. This is not a fan service. No overexpression. No effort to find a reaction. It's just two people who feel safe with each other. Precisely because it happens live, without editing, without professional cameras, this moment feels much more valuable than even grandiose stage content. Emotional impact for the ARMY. Not a few fans admitted. Feeling overwhelmed unconsciously. Crying because miss BTS complete. Feeling indirectly embraced. For ARMY, who has been following BTS's journey for years, this moment is an invaluable emotional gift. One hug, 1,000 meanings. Jungkook's hug to Taehyung is not just a physical gesture. For many, it is a symbol. Sincere friendship. Feeling safe in the midst of industry pressure. A bond that does not fade with time. And most importantly, it was a reminder that BTS is not just a global group. They are a family. ARMY will remember this moment forever. Among the grandiose concerts, world records, and great achievements of BTS, It is precisely such small and frank moments that make the most impression. The brief embrace on Taehyung's live broadcast has become one of ARMY's most iconic and emotional moments. The little details that make the ARMY melt. The observant ARMY began to dissect every second of the moment. From the way Jungkook approached silently, the position of his arms while hugging, to Taehyung's expression that changed from surprise to comfortable. All those little details were instantly analyzed and reshared by fans. Some even mentioned that the way Jungkook hugged Taehyung looked very protective, not a short hug of pleasantries. Taehyung was not only silent, but seemed to allow himself to be in the embrace for a few seconds longer, something that for ARMY meant trust and emotional closeness. A live broadcast that turns into a safe place. Many fans refer to the live as a safe place. Taehyung looked comfortable from the start, and Jungkook's presence made the atmosphere even warmer. There was no big dialogue, no long explanation, but rather the brief silence felt like it spoke volumes. For ARMY, seeing their idols be able to behave as they are without the pressure of a professional camera is very valuable. This live feels like a peek into the daily moments of two old friends who have gone through so many things together. Old memories are reopened. This moment also brought back memories of ARMY in the early days of BTS. While Jungkook and Taehyung are still often seen joking carefree, clinging to each other, and showing their natural warmth. This embrace in live seems to be a bridge of time, connecting the past and the present. Many old ARMY claim to feel home to see the moment, as if all the longing, fatigue, and waiting paid off in one simple but meaningful scene. Media reaction and global community. Not only fans, the international K-pop community also participated in talking about this moment. Many have highlighted how BTS has always managed to steal the world's attention through small things, not just big achievements. Some entertainment media refer to this hug as evidence of strong ties between members, examples of healthy relationships in the entertainment industry, real moments that cannot be engineered. This further cemented BTS's image as a group that is not only solid on stage, but also emotionally strong behind the scenes. ARMY and collective emotions. Interestingly, ARMY's reaction felt very collective. Many feel the same emotions despite coming from different countries and cultures. Some laughed, some cried, some just stared at the screen with a smile. Comments like, "I haven't smiled since. It makes me feel accompanied." Hugs are soothing, being proof that this moment goes beyond mere entertainment. It touches the deep emotional side, more than just viral. In an era where viral content comes and goes quickly, Jungkook and Taehyung's embrace actually feels like it lasts longer in the heart. Not because it's sensational, but because of its honesty. ARMY agreed that this moment will continue to be remembered, reshared, and talked about in the future as one of the most sincere interactions ever to happen on a BTS live broadcast. Conclusion: small moment, big impact. In the end, this hug teaches one important thing. Not all historical moments have to be grandiose. Sometimes, a silent hug in a live broadcast is capable of healing the longing, strengthening fandom ties, and remind the world why BTS is so loved. Jungkook and Taehyung, in their humble way, once again proved that sincerity is BTS's greatest strength. And for the ARMY, this moment is not just a spectacle, but the memories that will live forever. Purple Heart.